This video is sponsored by Cohen Financial. More on them later.
How much is an unfinished mansion really worth? $56 million? Look, I'm going to tell you 3 things I like about this property, 3 things I don't like about this property, and then I will tell you how I would have marketed it differently. Okay? Let's get the show started. 3 things I really like about this property. Number 3, lot utilization. And you're thinking, Arvind, it's missing a private driveway. You're correct. And for that reason, it's my number 3 and not number 1. But you do have a good frontage. You do have a good backyard. You have a horseshoe driveway up front. And the side setbacks are average. But when you consider one of the neighbors has a huge side setback, maybe you don't need that much of a setback. And that's my number 3. Now, number 2 is architectural style. Look, this is French chateau style, and it's very important. Look, the buyer pool who purchases in Holmby Hills is pretty conservative, and they're pretty old. They're graduating from Beverly Hills north of Sunset or Lower BEL-AIR. This is their legacy home. They typically tend to be older, and they like more traditional product. This really fits that buyer's need, right? And for that reason, it's my number 2. Okay, the number 1 thing I love about this property. But before I tell you that, how do I know all this stuff? I'm Arvind Hedal. I'm a real estate agent by day in Beverly Hills. I specialize in luxury and ultra luxury, and I'm a consultant at nighttime. You don't have to live in LA to work with me. You can reach out, book a consulting call. I can help you find the right real estate agent. I can guide you through the process and help you out, right? Okay, the number 1 thing I love about this property, it's its location. Holmby Hills, Mapleton, on the golf course, LA Country Club. Now, this is not the hippest golf course in LA. It might be Riviera or BEL-AIR Country Club, because this one, the average age is quite old. I could be their grandkids. You know, they might be considered quite a dinosaurs playing over here, but it's the most prestigious. And yes, you're right. Playboy Mansion used to be on this. It's destroyed right now. There's a new construction being built on it. But this is the most prestigious golf course, very hard to get into and all that jazz. It's just location. It doesn't get better than this in LA. You're still in city of Los Angeles, which is Holmby Hills. You can build, there's less restrictions, and it's just completely central, and you're surrounded with very, very high caliber properties around you, which comp you very well in the future. Now, before I tell you 3 things I don't like about this property, a word from our sponsor, Mark Cohen. I love going to Mark because he's honest. He tells me right away if he has the best rate, and if he doesn't have the best rate, he introduces me to someone who does. And for that reason, he's always my number 1 call for myself or any of my clients when I want to purchase a property, because I will know where to go either with him or someone else who will give me the best loan in the best time. Here's his phone number. Give him a call and tell him Arvind sent you. Okay, 3 things I really don't like about it. Lot orientation. Look, you're east facing. You might love the morning sun, but it's not going to be lit in the afternoon. There's no sugar coating yet. It is what it is, right? Now, the second thing I don't like about this property is going to surprise you, because you're thinking bigger is better. But in my experience working with billionaires, 33,000 square foot of living space is just too much. Most of the billionaires I've worked with, they, depending on the size of their family, they try to stay between 12 to 15,000 square foot, all the way up to 18 to 20,000 square foot, right? Anything above that is just considered a headache. And they typically try to simplify their life. Now, the number 1 thing I don't like about this property is not going to surprise you, because I think we are in agreement here. A property of this caliber, the best location in LA, should never be presented in an unfinished manner like it is right now. In the eye of an expert, in an eye of a very sophisticated buyer who would want to buy something like this, who's done many, many negotiations in their own line of work, it just screams desperation, right? And this is a great segment to how I would have marketed this property differently. Now, if I was marketing this property, I would have asked my sellers, let's not bring it on the market. Let's try to sell it off market to a potential buyer who wants to pick their own finishes. But if they had asked me, no, we want to sell it on the MLS, I would have never, ever put an interior picture of a property of this beauty and this caliber and this location on the inside. Let me give you an analogy. Let me put it this way. Showing the interior photos of this property in this shape without the finishes, it's like running a PR agency and you have an A-list client, let's say George Clooney, right? And you decide to publish and send a photo of George picking his nose to all the publication from TMZ to New York Times for a story that you're trying to tell, or Casamigos, let's say, right? It's just not a good idea. there's a lot of better photos. If anything, you shouldn't show that photo, right? And for that reason, I think showing the interior photos is an absolute mistake, right? The exterior is finished. You can show exterior photos, maybe 1-2 pictures, and then you can do rendering interiors. And then in the description, you can mention, come pick out your favorite finishes so your dream property could be curated to your taste, right? And that's how you try to not look desperate. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like or comment and share it with your friends so the algorithm will show my videos to people who have similar taste as you do. And if you like this video, you will probably like this video. And I also have to share with you, the content of this video is purely my personal opinion. I would like to eliminate buyer and seller remorse in real estate by giving you ample information, not just about prices, but also about quality of homes, what to look for, and how to market your properties in the future. Tell me in the comments below if you agree with my strategy or if you think there's other reasons why this property hasn't sold. I would love to hear that. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.